These kind of motion reels have been blowing up on Instagram. In this brand new video, we will start by creating this racing animation. In scene 2, we will transition to this Apple style camera effect. Then we will learn this premium text animation and the bouncy effect. And finally, in scene 4, we will tackle a replica of our first animation with some twists. I'm sure that you're excited. So without any further ado, let's get started. So coming over here in After Effects, let's start by creating a new composition. We'll click over here. Let's call this as a render. In the drop down, let's choose 1080 by 1920. Keep it 10 seconds and just press on OK. Next, we'll drag the clip to a timeline over here. Let's press on S and let's scale this down. We'll keep it around 50. Now let's start creating our first animation. For that, we'll need a white background. To create one, we'll need to add a solid layer. So for that, right click over here, go to new and add a solid. We'll just call it as the BG. In the color, let's choose it as white. Press on OK and again press on OK. Now let's hear the audio together.
You're not afraid of failing, you're afraid of what other people...
You're not afraid of failing. So for that, we are going to create this racing animation. Let's start by adding the racing line over here. Let's keep it on the top. Perfect. Now let's start creating the 3 racers over here. To create the first one, let's come over here and select the pen tool. Coming over here, click once over here. Holding shift, make another point on the bottom. That way you will get a straight line. So coming over here, let's increase the stroke size. In the color, let's give it that nice grey color. Perfect. We might need to increase it further. Let's keep it like this. Perfect. Let's name this layer as Racer 1. Now let's take 2 copies of this. Command D and again Command D. Let's select this one and drag it over here in the middle. Perfect. Again holding our Racer 3. Let's drag it all the way on the right. Like this. Perfect. Now let's add the numbers. Firstly, going over here, select our text tool. Click once over here. Ensure that the text is around 60. Let's write 1. Let's press Command A. Going to the drop down, let's choose Helvetica New Bold, this one. Perfect. Let's keep it as white. Okay. Now let's create this colorful marker. For that, we need to come over here and select our rounded rectangle tool. Coming over here, ensure that no layer is selected. Let's create a shape like this. You have to ensure that there is no stroke. So let's keep the stroke as 0. In the fill, add a gradient. Perfect. Let's choose the gradient again and let's give it that nice tone of blue. Okay. So dark blue over here and this side. Let's give it a nice light blue. This looks good to me. Just press on OK. Coming over here, press on V. Immediately you will get these 2 handles. Now just selecting those, you can keep one on the top and another one on the bottom like this. Perfect. Now again selecting the shape layer. Go over here. In rectangle 1, in the rectangle path, you can choose the roundness. Let's increase the roundness and keep it like this. Around 60 or 70. Perfect. Let me zoom in a bit. Selecting the layer, let's press on S and let's decrease the size a bit. Perfect. This looks good to me. Going to our first, let's drag it to the top. Let me keep it over here. Let me increase the size a bit. Nice. So our 3 layers are ready. We have number, we have the shape. I'm just going to call this as the blue racer. And third one is the shape. Okay, we'll keep it together. Selecting these 3 layers, coming over here, let's give it a nice peach color. Perfect. Let me zoom out a bit. Our racer 1 is ready. Now as we want these 3 layers to move in sync, let's go over here, select these 2 layers. In this parent and link, take this pick and connect it to our racer 1. That's it. Now any changes that we do over here, let's say if we change the position, say like this, other layers will also move in sync with that. Let me do Command Z. Perfect. In exact same manner, I'm going to add these 2 layers for our racer 2 and our racer 3. So this way our racers are ready. Now just ensure that over here in our layers, these 2 layers are connected to our racer 2 and again these 2 layers are connected to our racer 3. Perfect. In fact, we'll do one thing for this one, right? Let's change it to blue. Do we have blue? Yeah, this one. Perfect. Now let's start animating the scene. At the beginning, the racers will be over here, somewhere over here. So we'll do that. Only select these 3 layers, press on P. This will open up the position parameter. Let's go to the beginning. Drag all of them down. Perfect. Add a keyframe. As we move ahead at this position, let's do one thing. Let's zoom in a bit. At around 20 frames, you want to bring them up. So we'll do that one by one. Let's firstly select this one, drag this up. We'll keep it over here. Select our racer 2. Let's keep it little up, somewhere over here. And our racer 3, let's keep it all the way up, like this. In fact, we'll do one thing. This racing line, right? Let's drag it little down, somewhere over here. Perfect. Let's see.
You're not afraid of failing.
Perfect. This looks good, but the motion is too linear. To give it that nice smooth motion, we'll need to do some easing. For that, let's select all these keyframes and just press on F9. Going to the graph, Selecting this point, just drag it all the way to the left like this. Let's go back. Let's see.
You're not afraid of failing.
Nice. But I feel this is too fast, so we'll do one thing. Selecting this, let's drag it all the way to around 1 second.
You're not afraid of failing.
Nice. So animation 1 is ready. You're not afraid of failing.
You're not afraid of failing.
Now as we end our scene 1, we have to move our second racer out like this. Basically it will go out from over here and our scene 2 will come in from this point. It will go out like this, it will come in from over here. Now let's see how to do that animation. Firstly, let's make some small change in the anchor point. We select our racer 1, racer 2 and racer 3. For all three of them, the anchor point is currently over here. It should be at the top. So I'm just going to quickly change that. So going back, at this point, let's press on U. Let's go to the top, select our anchor point. Only selecting our racer 1. Let's drag it and keep it at this point. After this, let's just simply adjust the position. So at this point, we'll keep this up over here.
You're not afraid of failing.
Nice. I'm going to repeat the exact same thing for the other two. So going at the beginning, selecting our racer 2, press on A, it should select our anchor point. This anchor point should be over here. Then as you go ahead, at this point, let's drag this one up. So selecting position, just simply drag it up.
You're not afraid of failing.
Perfect. Okay, let me see.
You're not afraid of failing.
Perfect. This looks great. Now the second change that we need to do is extend this line all the way to the right. So now selecting our racer 2, coming over here, select our pen tool by pressing on G, click on this point and we have to extend it further. So make another point over here. Perfect. Now just simply drag and keep it like this. Perfect. Okay. Now opening this layer up, go to add and add the trim paths. Open the trim path. At the beginning, let's increase the start and keep it over here. So this is fine. See, this will still work fine. Then as we extend, after 1 second, we have to decrease the start. So let's add a keyframe over here. Going ahead at 10 frames, let's simply decrease it. So like this. Perfect. As we are decreasing it, we also want to decrease the opacity. So we'll do one thing. Somewhere over here, let's selecting this, press on T. This will open up the opacity parameter. Click over here. Going ahead at this position, we have to also make this as 0. Perfect. In fact, we can keep it little ahead, somewhere over here. Perfect. Select this. Okay, this looks great. In the exact same manner, we have to animate this racer 2 as well. So for that, let's click over here, press on P. At this position at 1 second, let's add a keyframe. As you go ahead at 10 frames, let's drag this one up and exactly over here. Perfect. Now going to our pen tool, let's select convert vertex tool and just click once over here. Taking this handle, let's make a similar shape like this. Perfect. See.
You're afraid of.
Nice. Okay. This is moving out nicely. Now we just need to ensure that this layer of 2 is also parented to this layer. That way, let me just click outside. That way, if you see, this number 2 will move along with this. Okay. We can do one thing. In racer 2, let's press on U. This keyframing start can be exactly under this keyframe. Let's see.
Failing. You're afraid.
Perfect. The animation is looking great. Now we just have to ensure that for all these layers, we have turned on the motion blur. Let's turn this on simply from over here. Perfect. Let's see from the beginning.
You're not afraid of failing. You're afraid of what?
Nice. Our scene 1 is completed. Now let's move on to our scene 2. Over here, we'll create this nice apple star animation. Firstly, we'll start by creating this shape. In order to bring that shape in, we have to ensure that these layers become invisible as well. So somewhere at this point, let's press on T. Let me see.
You're afraid of.
Let's add a keyframe in opacity. Going ahead, let's make this as 0.
You're afraid of.
Now selecting these two, copy this by pressing Command D. Take the player over here. Selecting other layers, simply paste it. Perfect. So that way.
You're afraid of what?
This will vanish. Okay. So start our scene 2 by building the rectangle. To build this, firstly come over here and select the rounded rectangle tool. Ensure that no layer is selected. Let's create a rectangle like this. Perfect. Going to the fill, let's choose a solid color. Press on OK. Going to the color, let's choose a blackish tone. Press on OK. In the rectangle path, in the roundness, I'm just going to increase it a bit. Perfect. I'm going to call this as black rectangle. Let me add the search box. Let me add the icons. Press on S. Let's scale this one down. Keep it over here. Let's change the color. For that, let's search for the fill effect. Going over here. I'm going to keep it as gray. Perfect. Let's make this further small. Let me zoom in a bit. Perfect. Let's add the magnifying glass as well. Press on S. Scale this one down. Again, I'm going to add the fill effect on top of it. Keep it the same grayish tone. Let me add the word search. Perfect. Now let's add the remaining icons. For that, Going over here, select our ellipse tool, ensure that no layer is selected. Coming over here, firstly let's place the one in the middle. Let's add a stroke of around 2, keep it blue. Nice, keep the fill as white. Okay, this looks fine to me. Let's make this little small, around 90. Okay, this looks fine to me. I'm going to call this as the middle circle. Just take 2 copies of this by pressing Command D. Let's keep the right circle on the right. Perfect. Now let's add the icons in these circles. Okay, this is looking nice. Let's add the second person. Perfect. And then let's keep it on top of our middle circle. Perfect. And for left circle, let's add our third person. Nice. Now finally, let's add the share button over here. So coming to the top, select rounded rectangle tool. Let's create a button like this. I'm going to write the word share on top of it. Firstly, just rename this as share button. Going to top, select our text tool. Click once. Let's write the word share. Nice. Our scene 2 is ready. Now let's see how to do the animation. Firstly, whatever elements that we are going to animate, let's firstly pre-compose them. Basically, we'll be grouping them. The first 2 will be together. We have to ensure that this text comes in animated. So for that, let's do one thing. Let's see where the flash animation ends. See somewhere over here. Let's select all these layers and let's trim them before this point. For that, we'll use the shortcut Option and left square bracket. See like this. Now somewhere over here at this point, we have to ensure that this comes in from the top. So for that, let's go to the share. Let's press on P, add a keyframe over here. Going back, at this point, let's drag this one up. We'll keep it like this. Now if I play this,
Afraid of what other
see, it will look weird. As we want to give it a look as if it looks from, it comes from within these boundaries. We just need to trackmap this text to this button. For that, coming over here, open this up. In this trackmap, just connect this pickwick to this share button. The share button will vanish, but not an issue. Coming over here, just enable it back. Now if you see,
afraid of what other
see, it looks nice, right? Now in order to give it a nice ease, just select both the keyframes and just press on F9.
afraid of what other
Nice. If you feel this is too quick, you can even extend it out a bit. See like this.
afraid of what other people
Okay. Once you're happy with this, let's select both the layers, right click and let's pre-comp. I'm going to call this as the share button and just press on OK. Nice. In the exact same manner, I'm going to animate this as well. At 2 seconds, this face should be over here. Let me go. Okay. This one was in fact person 3, right? Okay. So at this point, it will be over here. So let's press on P, add a keyframe. Going back at this position, somewhere over here, let's keep this up over here. Again, we have our left circle. Take this track mat and connect it to our left circle. Going to left, let's enable this circle again. That way, it will look as if it is coming from inside the circle. So like this.
afraid of what other people
Nice. In the exact same manner, let's animate these 2 faces as well. Once all 3 are ready, just select all the 6 keyframes and just press on F9.
afraid of what other people will
Nice. This is looking great. Now similar to our share button, let's select these 2 layers. Let's pre-comp them. I'm going to call this as the right face. Okay. In the exact same manner, let's rename the other layers as well. For search as well, I'm going to animate it in the exact same manner. Press on P, add a keyframe. Going at this point, let's drag this one out. Take the pickwick and connect it to our search box. Select this and again enable our search box. That way it will come down like this. Nice. Selecting both the keyframes, again press on F9. Perfect. Let's select this layer, this one, symbol and the search box. Right click and let's pre-comp it. We're just going to call this again as the search box. Perfect. Okay, this is looking awesome. And the last one is the add user, which is fine. We'll animate it separately. Now let's start the animation of our scene 2. Firstly, we'll select all these layers. Take this pickwick in parent and link and connect it to a black rectangle. Now selecting this layer, press on S, which will open up the scale property. Again holding on shift, press on P. Let's add a keyframe in both of them. See, somewhere over here, we need to bring this box in front of us. So let's add a keyframe. Go to the first one, let's drag it over here. Let me zoom out a bit. That way you can see it better. Let's drag it over here and also drag it little up. If you remember in the first animation, it went out like this. See, it went out like this. Basically, I want to showcase as if it goes out like this and then comes in from over here. Okay, let me take it to a left. Let me see. Okay, seems fine. But we need to give it some curve. For that, let's go to our pen tool. Select our pen tool. Coming over here, see this one. Let's drag it out a bit. Okay. At this point as well, we can keep it little up. So like this. Let me see.
You're afraid of what other people
Looks awesome, right? Let's enable the motion blur as well. Let me see.
are afraid of what other people
Nice. One more thing. At this point, let's also decrease the scale. So from 100, let's make this as 0.
afraid of what other people
Okay. Over here, let me keep it like this.
afraid of what other people
Okay. At this position, we can keep it a little further up, taking this handle. Let's keep it like this.
afraid of what other people
So it goes out and this one comes in.
you're afraid of what other people
Nice. When this one comes in, we have to animate this. So for that, firstly, at this point, instead of 100, let's increase the size a bit. Let's keep this as 110. Let me zoom in a bit. From here to this position, let's go ahead at 2 seconds. Let's make this 100. Again at this point, let's make this 105. And finally, over here, let's make this as 100. Let's see.
afraid of what other people will think
Nice. Let's select all the keyframes and just press on F9. I'm not going to do anything else. We'll keep it plain and vanilla.
afraid of what other people will
Nice. See, this animation looks awesome. Now we need to do exact same one for these elements as well. Not an issue. Just select this, copy it, go into this point, selecting this layer, just simply paste it. Perfect. I'm going to repeat the exact same thing for the other layers as well. Paste one, twice, thrice, and fourth time. In fact, we can do it for this one as well. Let me see.
afraid of what other people will think
Nice. You see? It's looking awesome. If you want to animate this one as well, you can easily animate it in the exact same way that we have done for the other layers. Perfect. I'm happy with this. Now let's see the second part of our scene 2, in which we are going to zoom in on this animation and create a nice camera effect without using the actual camera. I'll show you how to do it. For that, firstly you can select all these layers, press Command D, holding this, just simply drag it and keep it at the top over here. Perfect. Let's take the playhead over here. At this point, we need to trim it. You remember the shortcut for that? It's Option and the left square bracket. See, like this. Perfect. Even for these other layers, right? You can trim it by pressing Option and the right square bracket. Perfect. Now at this point, we have to increase the scale. So for that, press on S. We don't need these keyframes anymore. So just click on the stopwatch. At this point, let's increase this. Disable the motion blur as well. Holding Shift, press on P. Again, delete this one. Let's increase the size further. Perfect. Now let's start the animation. Firstly, at this point, it will come in from the left. So let's add a keyframe. Okay. Need to keep it like this. Take this one to 20 frames. At this position, it will be all the way to the right.
people will think of you
So selecting both the keyframes, press on F9 and we need to go to the graph editor. Going over here, you will see a curve like this. Just select this point, taking this handle, drag it all the way to the left. See this way.
people will think of you
Okay. Now at this position, add one more keyframe. Going ahead, from this point to somewhere over here, we need to again shift it and keep the middle one in focus. For that, again shift this. Okay, I'll keep it like this. Perfect.
people will think of you if you
Now again for the middle one, we need to go to the graph editor. Over here, select this point, drag it all the way to the left.
people will think of you if you fail
Nice. Let's do it one last time. At this point, let's add a keyframe. Going ahead to 20 frames, let's drag it all the way to the left. So like this. Perfect. Now going to the graph editor, drag this handle to the left like this. Perfect. Let's see.
You're not afraid of failing, you're afraid of what other people will think of you if you fail.
Perfect. Our scene 2 is completed. Let's have a quick look at what we have created in our scene 1 and scene 2 along with the audio. So coming at the beginning, let me zoom out a bit. Let me play this.
You're not afraid of failing, you're afraid of what other people will think of you if you fail. But if you're
Nice. Looks awesome, right? Now let's move on to scene 3 where we'll create this animation. Before we start our scene 3, we need to cut these layers. So again select all of them. Pressing Option and the right square bracket. Let's trim them. Let's see. See, even these layers, right? We need to trim all of them. Perfect. Now scene 3 will start somewhere over 6 seconds. Let's do one thing. Let's close all of them. We don't need them anymore. Selecting all these layers. Going over here, I'm just going to keep it as brown. That way, we can easily understand that this was our scene 2. So now scene 3, firstly we need to add the background again. So going at the bottom, see, we had this background, right? Simply take a copy of this by pressing Command D. You can drag this one out like this.
imagine what they think of you
So over here, when we hear the words, imagine what they think of you, we need to add this text in our scene 3. So for that, let me firstly place all the elements in place, and as always, then we'll do the animation. So I have this man. Let's drag and drop it over here at the top. Perfect. Let's scale this down. Okay. Going over here at 6 seconds. I'm just going to trim this layer. In fact, this starts over here, right? So I will need to bring this one to the left. Now under this man, let's create a shadow. For that, going over here, let's select our ellipse tool. Ensure that no layer is selected. Let's get a nice ellipse like this. We'll keep it over here. I'm just going to call this layer as the man shadow. Let's again trim the layer. Going to the fill, let's give it a nice warm shade. Press on OK. Now behind him as well, let's add the banner. So going to the top, select our rectangle tool. Ensure that no layer is selected. Let's create a rectangle like this. Perfect. Now finally, I'm going to add a text over here. Now let me add the text, what they think of you. Let's align it in the middle. Perfect. Selecting all of them. I'm going to keep little space. Perfect. Let's trim it before this layer. Now let's see how to do the text animation. For that, open up the text. Go to Animate. We need to add 3 parameters. The position, the opacity and the blur. So firstly, we'll add the position. Again going over here. Let's add the opacity. Again clicking here. Last time, let's add the blur. Let's keep the blurriness as 30. The position, we want it to come from the right. So we'll need to keep it around 100. This looks fine. And the opacity will be 0. Now open up the range selector. Let's add a keyframe offset. Going ahead, let me hear the audio.
What they think of you when you are.
What they think of you. So it will come over here. Let's make this as 100%. Right now it is coming by characters. We want this to come in by words. For that, open up the advanced. Based on instead of characters, just choose words. That's it. You will see the entire magic.
What they think of you when you.
I think it's faster. We'll keep this one over here.
What they think of you when you aren't.
Nice. Let's close this. Finally, going over here, I'm just going to call this as the blue strip. And let's trim this at this point. Perfect. Let's bring our background as well to the top. Perfect. Selecting all these 5 layers. Going over here, I'm going to keep it as cyan. Okay. Now let's start with this entire animation. Firstly, we can connect this blue strip to this man. Going over here, taking this P quick, connect it to the man. Clicking on man, let's press on P. We have to animate the position. Somewhere over here, it will be at the top at around 6 seconds. In fact, let me zoom in. Okay. Somewhere over here at this point, it will be at this position. So let's take this keyframe ahead. Again, going back, let's drag this all the way up. Select this. Perfect.
What they think of you.
Nice. Basically, it will come here. It should come little down. Then in order to give it a bouncing animation, it will again come little up. Okay, perfect. And finally, it will be in its final place.
What they think of you when you are.
Let's select all the keyframes and press on F9. Let me see.
What they think of you when you.
What they think of you when you.
What they think of you when you aren't.
Nice. In the exact same manner, let's also animate this shadow. Going to the shadow at the beginning to ensure that the anchor point is in the middle. So let's press on Y. Take this one and keep it in the middle. Holding on S. Let's scale this one down. Keep it 0. Add a keyframe. And this is going down. Let's make this as 100%. In fact, let's keep this as 110% basically. This one increases. Nice. And at this position, it becomes 100. Perfect. And again, at this point, let's make it as 110. Nice. Let's see.
What they think of you when you are.
Again, selecting all the keyframes, just press on F9.
What they think of you when you are.
Perfect. Okay, this is looking great. Now at 6 seconds, we need to quickly take this animation out and bring our final animation in. So for that, firstly, let's pre-compose all of these layers. Right click, pre-comp. I'm going to call this as scene 3. Press on OK. At this point, we need to take this one out. So we'll press on P, add a keyframe. Going ahead little bit, take this one up at this position. We also need to cut it. Perfect. Nice. And then at the exact same point, we need to bring all the layers from our scene 1 in. So we can easily do that. In fact, we can go over here. Let's take a copy of them simply by pressing Command D and drag them to the top. Perfect. Let's go to the left. Let's drag them again to the right like this. More to the right.
Think of you when you aren't even trying.
Perfect. We'll keep them somewhere over here. Let's see.
Think of you when you aren't even trying.
Nice. If you hear the audio, it says that you aren't even trying. Basically, as we are the middle player, we have to keep it behind the starting line. So for that, let's get the starting line. Coming over here, let's select our pen tool. In the stroke, I'm going to keep it as red. Make a point over here. Holding shift, make another point on the right. Perfect. So at the beginning, they should be below the starting point. So this race car. So race car 6, race car 5 and 4. Press on U at this point. Drag them down over here. Perfect. Let's see. Then as you move ahead at 7 seconds, for this race car 5, we need to keep the position again over here. Basically, we don't need to change the position. So we can delete this keyframe, select this one and just paste it over here. So this will not move and only 1 and 3 will move. Perfect. Let's bring our winning flag over here as well. It was this line, racing line. Yeah. Going over here. Let's paste it. It should be somewhere over here.
Give you when you aren't even trying. Oh,
nice. So basically at 7 seconds, we can trim all these layers. So selecting all the layers, let's simply press on option and the right square bracket. Perfect.
give you when you aren't even trying. Oh yeah, they
Okay, at this point we can also trim the background. This one.
aren't trying. Oh yeah, they aren't.
Nice. This way we have successfully completed all the 4 scenes. I'm very excited to see our final result. Going to the beginning, take the playhead at the beginning. Let's see how this has turned out. Okay. This red line, right? So we need to trim it. Okay. Let's see from the beginning.
You're not afraid of failing, you're afraid of what other people will think of you if you fail. But if you're afraid of that, imagine what they think of you when you aren't even trying. Oh yeah.
This last animation, right? I feel it is little fast. We'll do one small thing. We'll select all of them like this. Keep it little ahead. Okay. And this one can be extended. Let's extend this as well. Let me see now.
What they think of you when you aren't even.
Perfect. See, this usually happens. When you complete things, right, there are always some minor tweaks which you need to do here and there. Okay, now let's observe again.
You're not afraid of failing, you're afraid of what other people will think of you if you fail. But if you're afraid of that, imagine what they think of you when you aren't even trying. Oh yeah, they aren't.
Nice. Perfect. I'm really happy with this result and I hope you gained some great value from this tutorial. So that's it guys for this tutorial. I really hope you liked it. If you get some value from this, make sure to like it. And as always, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I will catch you very soon next time.